Mobtv.
Is a rapist?
A rapist should be someone who is devilish.
How? How are you telling me this?
When we catch a rapist, what do you think we should do to a rapist?
Should be sentenced life imprisonment.
Can you spell a rapist?
A rapist is a cultist.
I paid for your school fees to go and learn.
A rapist is devilish.
Hey!
Who is a rapist?
Bros.
Aha.
I know life for you.
Say who?
Okay, just spell rapist for us.
Rapist.
It's about to go down.
Rapist. Bros. I know.
Just try.
I know to go.
That's the way they your mind. Just.
I know to go school like that, so I know if you.
This is the work of the devil. I cast you and I bind you and I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Alright. Who is a rapist?
It's a guy.
Aha. Who is a rapist?
Is a busy.
Hey! I hear me to me, by me.
Rapist is a rapist.
Yes.
Can
Because when youth are not doing anything, they have to rape.
Ooh.
Yes. It's the truth.
So can you
If you
spell?
are busy working, you cannot have time to do that rubbish.
So if we catch a rapist, what do you think is punishment due a rapist?
If you catch a rapist, well, biblically, I think that victim, that person need to be punished.
Okay, so what do you think is the due punishment?
Due punishment? Well, it depends. It depends, because do some rape to death, and if you rape someone to death and you think you can't go scot-free, I think you should also be down for it. Yes.
All right. So who is a rapist?
You say?
Who is a rapist?
Rapist. I don't understand your question.
Somebody who is a rapist. Rapist.
Rapist. Represent my people or what?
Rape.
I hope I don't understand your question.
Who is a rapist?
Yeah?
Who is a rapist?
A rapist. A rapist, from my own understanding, rapist is like a person that do something without no acceptable. What? Without no acceptable.
It's okay.
All right. So who is a rapist?
The rapist.
Yes.
A rapist is a man. He's a male or a female that can, for instance, go to bed or forcefully rape somebody by forcing that person to sleep with him or her.
Okay.
To my own observation, that person is a rapist.
So, what do you think is a due justice or punishment for a rapist?
It still depends on government. For me, a rapist is supposed to have a kind of capital punishment. It's not something that we just say maybe 6 months, jail term, or 1 year. Even if life jail term can be, a rapist can go for a life this thing. Because yes, it's also something that you can't just do and go scot-free. Because if they do something of 6 months, 1 year, they say after all it's just 6 months, 1 year, we go to Zanzibar and say come back and continue what I've been doing. No?
A rapist to me, I think, is someone who forcefully has a carnal knowledge of a woman without the intention of the woman.
Okay, now what do you think is a due punishment for a rapist?
I think he should go to jail.
How many years?
At least 10.
Who is a rapist?
Somebody that have sexual intercourse without negotiation or agreement.
Okay. Yeah. So when we catch a rapist, what should we do to a rapist?
There is a sentence for them like 21 years imprisonment right from day one.
Hey! Hey! I mean, what did you say?
21 years imprisonment right from day one. So everything has punishment.
Who is a rapist?
Well, someone that forcefully forces a man or a woman to sleep with him or her.
Alright, so when we catch a rapist, what should we do to a rapist?
Well, rapists are not allowed, they are not supposed to go scot-free. So we could give them jail time, or I think jail time is the best.
How many years do you think?
Maybe 10, depending on the severity of the case, or more. You know, it's not. You have to do something that would make other people stop doing that same crime, because it's not a very pretty crime.
Okay. So can you spell a rapist?
R E P I S T.
Alright. So who is a rapist?
A rapist. A rapist. I don't have a clue about it.
Ordinary English, you can't speak. And you talk say you go school.
Rapist.
Rapist. Okay. A rapist is people that someone that force either a lady or a guy to have a sexual intercourse with.
Okay. What do you think is the punishment due a rapist?
Is on two sides, because the punishment for a rapist, because if it is an immature girl that a guy raped, I think that one can go for death penalty. But if it's a mature girl, is because it's only God that knows the truth. A girl can come out, a mature girl can come out, a guy raped her, you understand? And maybe there is a force in it, and if you give that kind of person a death sentence, it's going to be a bad decision on you. So I think it's something that government have to sit down very well, and they have to be able to differentiate or to know exactly how the case went before giving the judgment.
A rapist. Does a rapist have a definition? Everybody is you are a potential rapist. Depends on your upbringing, anyways.
Okay, everybody is a rapist.
Every man is a potential rapist.
Okay, women don't rape.
Women. Do you think can a woman rape you?
Really?
I don't know, Sha. I don't know. I don't believe the power a man has over a lady to rape you. A woman does not have it. You get what I'm saying?
That's what you think, though. What do you think is the punishment due a rapist?
That's punishment. Death by hanging.
Death by hanging?
Yes, because the trauma they cause to their victim after that is not easy for them. Though I've never been a victim of a rape, but I've seen online, I've read news. It's not easy. So they should kill them. So the other that is harboring that mind of raping and of any of their victim, they will learn that if I do this and I'm being caught, definitely this will happen to me. So they should kill them. Forgive me.
So what is palliative?
Palliative is it to the victims or?
Yes.
Well, to the victims, anyone that is not affected by HIV or any of these diseases, I feel the government should give them something. If you are affected, they should take care of your medical bills. So if you are not affected by the disease, they should just take care of you. You get what I'm saying? You should not be, especially society at large, they should not discriminate you. You get, most especially this underage that they will impregnate them. So the government should foot their bills, take care of them. As soon as the baby is of age, they should put them, the mother should go back to school or give them some initiative where they can learn something. You understand? So that they should show them that raping them is not the end of their world. They can still have life after that.
Do you think a girl can actually initiate rape?
You know, these days, girls, most times, I don't want to be biased. You know, women, you see, even me as a lady, I'll see some girls dressed, I'm like, it's provocative. Sometimes I'm like, wow, this girl, you look at your thighs, you are beautiful. As a lady, I just admired her. You get, so sometimes the way we dress, sometimes it's not every man that can control themselves. Like in my religion, I'm a Muslim. if all Muslims will follow the teaching of Islam, they will not be raped, because God has already said we should cover our bodies to this place. In other way, He knows all our body is revealing. So not all men can control them. He created us. He knows. You get. He said cover your children so that they are not exposed. God is not a fool. He said we are not exposed, most especially for this rape. That's why we don't lead in prayer. Because I can be leading in prayer and the people at my back, they will not concentrate on the prayer. They will be looking at my ass. You get what I'm saying? So if we should dress decently, that's for the matured ones. Then for this under 8, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know what's their problem. Because I don't see what is attractive. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know all those ones for them.
Alright, so in a situation whereby it is actually the girl that provocated the guy and got raped, should we still hang the guy?
Well, I think they shouldn't hang the guy. Maybe. The lady has her own fault. So they shouldn't hang the guy.
But nobody would determine that.
That's it. Everybody will just be blaming the guy. You've raped. You have no excuse. Come on. Some rape is justified. Some rape is justified. You know this guy. You are going to his house. You are not going to allow him to touch you. Why will you wear something tight and go to? And you know this person has feelings for you. You get. Why will you go to his house in the first place? So just avoid those things. But these days we don't give. Sometimes all these cases, the guy, they don't give them hearing anymore. It's only the ladies. We don't give them the hearing. Okay, you've raped her, and they should just hang you. Though all this judgment, God has the final judgment. But in this we should just try ourselves to avoid it. But you see those, especially those ones that is raping under age 7, 10 years, wallahi, they should kill them. Honestly, because no justifiable reason. You get what I'm saying? But mature lady like 20 years, if your mother does not caution you of your dressing, I can't come to a guy's house, the guy raped me, I want to be saying they raped me. What did I go do in the first place? If you don't want to be raped, then avoid going to a man's house. You must not go to the man's house for him to love you or what have you. You get what I'm saying? They'll go to a man's house
unless you're willing.
Our society is messed up, man. Seriously. You see a girl of 15 years, if you see their dressing, like here will be showing, what's that? And if they rape you, you come out and I'm saying they've raped me. So and the guy, you know, so every guy out there should just avoid all these scandals. You know, you can do better. You know, there are a lot of fishy, beautiful girls elsewhere. The person that is rejected, there are others that will accept you. So just that rape, they should not nurture it in their heart. It's not good, honestly.
Sorry, who is a rapist?
I don't know that.
Yeah?
I don't know that.
Okay, Miss Joanne, who is a rapist?
A rapist. A rapist is someone that forced somebody to do what you don't want to do, like sexually.
Okay. So if we catch a rapist, what should we do to her?
Honestly speaking, I will cut off his manhood.
You cut off his manhood?
Exactly.
Okay. So, is in any way rape justifiable?
No, not at all.
So what if it's the girl that is actually at fault or provocated the girl?
A guy is supposed to control his urge as a man, as a human being.
Okay. So no matter what, you cut off his man.
Exactly, straight ahead.
To catch a rapist, what do you think is punishment due a rapist?
I think they should be castrated. Hey!
I die.
Honestly.
Oh, castrated.
Honestly. Because I don't know, why would somebody forcefully, why should you steal other people's bodies away from them? When you can actually go elsewhere and get what you want, like ask people, and if they're in, then you go outside and steal other people's bodies, try and rape them. I don't think that's cool.
Do you think in any way that women can actually suggest rape?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think women suggest rape. Because some people say it's about how you're dressed, but I don't want to agree. Because you find out that these days, even babies are being raped, 6-month-old babies. So how did they suggest that? I just feel like it's in their head. It's not about women suggesting it or anything. Somebody that has good home training, somebody that has proper upbringing, should be trained that women are not objects. You find out, even when you're going on the road, you find some men just saying, hey, baby, come here. What's that for? That's part of what leads to other things. Because I don't see men going, even men that sag or men that dress indecently, I don't see women calling them that way. Or I don't even see other men taunting them like that, oh, see the way you're dressed. But when it comes to women, that's when you see them saying things like, see the way you're dressed, this one, baby, come here, see your shape, all those kind of things, all those kind of immoral languages. So I feel like women don't suggest it. Men that are rapists are just rapists. It's in their heads, or maybe lack of proper upbringing, or they have refused to train themselves.
So who is a rapist?
Wow. A rapist is an animal, a rapist is an idiot, a rapist is someone who is less than a human being, a rapist is a monster, a rapist is anything bad you think an idiot could be called.
Alright, so when we catch a rapist, what punishment do you think is due a rapist?
Well, when we're talking about punishment for a rapist, we should look at it from the two angles. There are two angles to this. If we say death sentence for a rapist, let's also look at implementing death sentence also for false rape accusations, because I believe some very wicked ladies will take advantage of that to actually kill whoever they want to kill. They might just decide to accuse anybody, and all of a sudden a man is dead. So let us not be in a hurry to make laws that will later enslave men. Because if you look at America and some other countries of the world today, men are almost slaves to women. Because every law you see that are actually enacted actually favor the women. And if you look at most rape accusations in America, most of these accusations are false. A lady can just walk up, accuse you, take some money from you. And when it's even discovered that it was false, like a false allegation, nothing happens to her, nothing serious. As they just say defamation of character or assassination of character, and she just has like a 3 months jail sentence, and that's all. So, but if a man is caught for raping, he's sentenced to death, like so many people are proposing right now. If he's sentenced to death and it's actually discovered that it was actually a false accusation, that lady should be dealt with too. I think the same death sentence should go for the lady. And being a very moral society, Nigeria, Africa, we are very moral people. I think it's also important we look at, the dressing of those people. Sometimes they are too seductive. And though I'm not saying that's the major reason, but I think as a moral society, we should also look at it from that angle. We should look at the aspect where ladies are carelessly dressed, all in the name of civilization, but I don't believe that is actually civilization. Let us look at it from that angle and also do the needful.
You're saying maybe the way ladies dress also suggests rape?
To an extent, it shows signs of indecency. And that is really not what we are known for as a moral society.
A rapist.
A rapist is a person that rape.
Hey! Thank you so much.
Sule.
That rape.
I mean, when you're talking about rape, you're talking about doing what is someone supposed to do to your neighbor. Like, from male and female. That thing you do for your female, that it's an unaware to that person you do it for.
Ordinary English you can't speak, and you talk say you go school.
It's the person did not aware. It's not an agreement between you and that person. So, and you eventually do it sexual abuse. Let's just say sexual abuse.
All right. So, if you catch a rapist, what do you think is punishment due a rapist?
No, for the fact that the word rapist is not a good word. And it's not what we should be doing in society. So definitely anybody catch for that offense should be punished. Either they should, hand the person over to a police to do the necessary judgment for the person, like just to punish him, To
punish him. Do you think rape is justifiable? Do you think maybe a girl suggested rape?
Suggested as how?
Like, do you think in some rape cases women are to be blamed?
Women are not to be blamed, and at the same time they should be blamed. If we say they should not be blamed, a person that has been raped, you understand? So it may not be the fault of that female, or maybe, and at the same time, it may be as a result of the appearance of that particular female. How the female dress, and how the approach. You understand? So that is to be blamed and not to be blamed a female. Like a rape can occur to an underage female. So that underage female should not be blamed because it's not her fault. So when you're talking about an adult, a rape between a male adult and a female adult, something is happening between them. Either there should be a kind of like maybe as a sort of dressing you have, as I've said earlier, maybe the dressing, the way the lady dressed that attracts the guy to just meet her and do sexual abuse to her.